And on the ground they go with the running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for Darius Geis. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll set up to throw. He'll check it down to Geis. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And here come the Redskins now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And an alley to run. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown. Darius Geis, 63 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's Wilson. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Lions add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been. But it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he stopped immediately there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Over the middle, it's complete. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Let's go, 14. Start. Move 15.
Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Now it's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Flushed out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Then he hits his man, Matthews. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your dead. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Don't take too long.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Wilson throwing again on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
19. Right, 651. 651.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again here, Wilson. Flush to his right. To the right and complete to Galladay. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Throwing is Wilson. Got his target, Samuel, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They go play action now. Wilson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They go play action here on first down. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. In fact, he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
Zero.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And he powers his way up past the 30. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. On third down, it's Thompson, and now running right through it. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
But has not been the best game for him. But he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Steps away to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Out of the gun now on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On third down, it's Marshall. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Right back to him on first down. And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, it's Marshall. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. from the shotgun. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the off-throw corner, Josh Norman. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Here's another first and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Here's Wilson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll still have a third and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Now Wilson operating from the gun. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Leopard!
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Carl Lawson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Flush. And the pressure gets to him again. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Watching that, Barney.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Back to throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd down, it's Thompson, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
You've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And got his man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo